Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John Suspedia Truder, and welcome to Industries of Titan, a game which, I haven't said this for a while, but everybody sing along regardless. I've had my eye on for a while, indeed I have. I've been watching this one very closely on Twitter because the art style in this game is just gorgeous. It's a city builder, always enjoy a city builder, and there's something very interesting with the tone of this game. We'll get into that in a moment. So, yeah, when I heard this one had come out, oh yeah, we're giving this one a look-see. But, as it very clearly says there, early access, not feature complete, still work in progress, diddly diddly day. So, welcome to Titan. Fascinating place, by the way. We have to talk about Titan for just a second, because Titan is brilliant. Second biggest moon in the solar system, really big, dense, complicated atmosphere, and excellent evidence that deep underground there are oceans of liquid water. So despite how cold it is, there is a possibility there might be a weird, obscure form of life on Titan. Love Titan, it's spectacular. But you may have noticed that, yes indeed, this isn't some, brand new exciting Titan. I am not some great pioneer here to settle it for the first time because, you've probably noticed, there's a giant bunch of ruined buildings around. Now the game's not 100% transparent on, what happened here and why this planet is covered in ruins that we're about to, ransack and tear down and whatever, but I'd say the crucial fact is we're not the first people here. We are not the brave new colonists here to, prove that humanity can thrive out in the stars. No. We're here to pick the bones of the dead. We're scavengers. And that's what I mean about tone, because normally in a city builder, things are all fairly, optimistic. It's a bright new start. It's a massive empty plot. It's you laying down your foundations, building something new and exciting. But, no. On Titan, most definitely not, because you know how much of Titan we own? We own this bit, because Titan is already legally the property of somebody else. The council, we'll be getting to them in a minute. They own the entire damn moon. We've just purchased the scavenging rights to these 9 squares right here. That's literally it. So we are just a bunch of scavengers who have purchased the rights to tear down a handful of buildings. That's it. That's as noble as it flipping gets. And I love that because it's so pessimistic about the future. The idea that, humanity in the stars will not go out there and be big damn heroes. No. Instead, a massive corporation will use some form of legal loophole to just declare they own a moon, at which point they will just rent out small bits of it to scavengers who will come, almost certainly fail and die, leaving behind ruins that they can then sell the rights to the next group of scavengers to come and scavenge until they die too. It's incredibly pessimistic, but arguably a lot more realistic than most sci-fi. So, all I've got is my headquarters, and then these little guys down here, my 5 employees. So, how about you guys start surveying these buildings? Because, yeah, until these buildings are surveyed, we don't know what's inside them. Buildings can contain one of 2 things: minerals and waste, or artifacts. Now, artifacts are really, really rare, so if they show up, you should probably grab them. But if there's no artifacts, you may as well just salvage the building. So, as you're actually done, yeah, just start tearing that building apart. This has got nothing in it either, though there are some isotopes there. Yeah, these are your 3 basic resources: minerals, isotopes, and waste. For minerals and isotopes, as they're conveniently coloured in blue and green, basically, if you just interpret them in StarCraft logic and say minerals and Vespene gas, you'll do just fine. Minerals you need for just about everything. Isotopes are a bit rarer, you need them for more advanced stuff. And here's a crucial one. We have found 1 red artifact. So begin taking that, and there's another one right there. Good. And you're still surveying that building over there. So, we're just going to start tearing some stuff apart. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. So as soon as that is done, which will be in a matter of flipping seconds, then we're going to start running into a problem. Which is there's now 9 minerals floating around and 12 waste, and that's absolutely lovely. But them just sitting there doesn't count as me owning them. If I want to own them, they've got to be stored somewhere inside my facility. And right now, I don't have any space to actually store them. So they're just going to sit there. That prevents me from doing any further building. I can't actually do anything with these resources. So we need to go into the second set of this city builder. Because yeah, this is a city builder on 2 levels. You've got the city out here where you're expanding, you're building, you're tearing stuff down, you're scavenging and whatnot. But your buildings, unlike many city builders, you actually go inside. So if we just click this lovely enter button here, then we will literally nip inside the building And inside here, there's a whole bunch of new stuff we can build, which is absolutely lovely. So, right now, we're literally just scavenging to get some supplies together. So yeah, we just need a fair bit of storage. So, spend 6 minerals building a large storage container, and that gets me another 54 storage capacity. That's not a bad starting point. So as a result of that, my lovely guys over here grab the minerals, carry them over, and as soon as enough has been carried over, nice and fast, there we go. He's just using his, like, rainbow razor or whatever to make that grow, and then I shall have a lot more storage. Good, now I've got flipping tons of storage. So that done, just click up here and we return to the city. So yeah, my employees will just go between outside and inside as they need to. For the most part, everything is going to be stored inside various buildings and you can decide what each building actually does. So now that there's actually space, they will automatically just go and do this. You don't give these guys orders, they'll do literally anything you've said ought to get done, with the order determined by job priority, which you can just change if you want. So say, yeah, construction is arguably the single most important thing, so if there is construction, do that before anything else. And no artifacts in this ruin over here, so okay, just begin salvaging that. Someone can get on with that in a moment. Absolutely lovely. So, we have now salvaged literally everything, but you may notice they're taking large amounts of, isotopes and minerals. They're leaving the waste there. Waste is a really, really interesting resource that kind of feeds into, yeah, this being a more grim, pessimistic, grimy sort of a city builder, which is just about everything produces waste. And that's perfectly realistic. Loads of stuff humanity does produces waste. And waste, being waste, does nothing useful. It just fills up space that could be taken up by something more useful. So we're going to need to, get it out of the way if we want to actually build anything in any of these slots. So just nip in here. I could actually say you're allowed to store waste inside, any of these containers, but I'd rather set up an actual waste receptacle just to have a little bit of space to shove a bit of waste. So, what's the actual point here? The point is to expand, but to expand we're going to be needing more buildings. To have more buildings, we're going to be needing credits, and right now, we do not have that much in the way of credits, and we're not gaining any credits. The thing is, what I've got right now is employees. They don't generate credits. They also don't, consume credits. We'll get into why as time goes by. Yeah, this game truly is a bit of a nightmare future dystopia situation. Instead, if we want to be generating credits, we're going to be needing citizens. But to have citizens, they've got to have somewhere to live. So how about we just nip inside the headquarters and get that set up? Here we go, habitat pod. That would give me additional living space for 2 additional citizens. Absolutely lovely. But it's gonna need to be powered, and it generates waste because, people are just mucky pups. So, let's get the absolute basics of energy generation down too. Step 1, you're gonna be needing fuel. Fuel can just literally be pulled out of the air because, as I mentioned earlier, Titan has a complex atmosphere. So, we can literally just suck fuel out of the air like somehow. This is where we get into, what's going on here. Part of this game is playing Tetris, trying to basically set up your interiors in a way that makes the most sense given the space available, which is rather cool. I enjoy just playing Tetris in a city builder, that's great. So we'll slap down a lovely T-block fuel fabricator right there, spot on. That's going to generate itself a little bit of fuel. Fuel then is fed into an energy generator. Though, yeah, an energy generator medium will absorb 2 fuel. That's going to be producing 2 fuel, so let's just actually go straight over to energy generator medium, have a bit of spare energy if need be, because then we will have the exact right amount of fuel for the generator we've got set up. So this is a big corner piece sort of a thing. So where do we want to put that? That's a bit more tricky because it can't squeeze in there. Here we go. This is the best layout right here. So yeah, the energy generator medium in the corner, then we'll just stick the block over here, and we can make do with just 2 waste receptacles. Don't worry about the fact this one's trapped in the edge, because yeah, there's a walkway around the edge these guys can just always get to, so that's fine. They will always build in the order in which you lay down, though if you want to, you can just tell anything to be paused, so they'll move on to something else instead. Here we go. So, fuel fabricator, fuel generator 2, global fuel usage, 2 out of 2, so that's spot on. This thing needs 2 fuel, it's got 2 fuel, so therefore it's now producing 6 energy. Energy used at 0 out of 6. So yeah, you can keep an eye on what's going on with fuel energy by clicking on these. Though, I will admit, I find it really odd that's not like up top anywhere. Like, if you want to know what's going on with fuel and energy, you need to go into your buildings and click on the relevant things when there's so much space in the top bar for some form of indicator as to how you're doing in terms of fuel and energy. Because fuel and energy are really important, so why is this? Never mind, it's fine. So yes, now we've got ourselves plenty of energy. That means we can power a couple of people showing up. So how about we just have ourselves... Can we squeeze you in right there? Yes, we can. We can squeeze you in right there. One habitation pod for 2 people. I am sure they will not object in the slightest to being, you know, right here next to the generator. And can we actually squeeze in another one right there? We can, lovely. So actually that's going to be a double for 4 people. Marvellous. So those are there, but they're not powered. Because yes, energy doesn't just magically teleport. You need to actually provide a mechanism for it to move from point A to point B. And that's what we need energy relays for. Lovely. Speed up time if you want. This is all real time, but with pause. So yeah, they're going to build that. These will then be powered. And then as soon as that is done, boom. I now have the capacity for 4 citizens. So probably best we get them along, because, you know, we need them. To get citizens, go over to the spaceport and hand them 2 red artifacts. Fortunately, I've already got those, so we can make that happen immediately. And perfect timing, we have got ourselves 3 people ready to come and join our colony. Absolutely lovely. Now, we use the word citizen. I'm not convinced this is necessarily the right term we're going to use, because you might reasonably ask, who precisely would come and work on this horrifying, toxic nightmare world where you basically just, you know, squat in the one building you can live in without dying, where there's, like, you know, no jobs or amenities or anything? Well, the answer might come with how you get them to come to your planet, which is you spend influence, but influence is specifically the council currency. So when you need something from the council, like say you want to buy some more land, you spend influence to do it. To get people into your little plot, you also spend influence, suggesting you're kind of buying these people. So I suspect there might be an element of, you know, slavery, debt slavery, something of that nature going on here. These are not really free people who were wanting to come to Titan. I'm not sure they really got a choice. So we've got plenty of influence because, yeah, it just generates automatically over time. So yes, let's bring down a ship, please. Yes, in fact, it specifically says sold. Not like, you know, oh yes, they've accepted your offer because they're so excited to come and live here. No, sold. I've just purchased 3 people. So they're now going to make their way to their living quarters. I'm sure they're going to be absolutely thrilled. So, how do we make these lovely, lovely slaves generate money for us? Well, the way we do it is with monetization stations, where they literally just stand in front of a screen all day, every day, watching ads, and that generates credits. And if you're thinking, hang on, wasn't there an episode of Black Mirror that was basically this? Yes, there was. But one monetization station is only for one person. That is, quite frankly, lacking in optimism. Oh no. No. We can do better than that, which is, how about we spend our only 100 credits setting up an office where there are going to be 4 jobs, which is absolutely beautiful. That's going to cost some energy, but we have got spare energy, so don't you worry about that. The problem is, yeah, we're going to start running very low on resources very quickly. So we're going to be needing some more of that. And I can't help but notice some mineral patches over here. They're a bit more expensive because, you know, the council acknowledges they are valuable, so we'll buy them. You don't have like a continuous link back to your home base. People can walk across council land, they just can't do anything with it. So, yeah, somebody please start working on just gathering some resources. So one person's going to go over there and collect up some resources because we really need some resources. We're running a bit on the low side. Still, speed up time. Office is already almost completed. Absolutely flipping lovely. Minerals are now being brought back to base from that site. Absolutely spectacular. And there is the office. Now, that would be a good source of jobs, but it doesn't have power. John, I hear you cry. You have power. There was spare power in your headquarters. Yes, but it's got to be moved through the overworld as well. Just like we had those little pylons to move it internally, it needs to be moved externally too. So, step 1, we're going to be needing an industrial outlet to connect internal power to the external world. So this building is now generating power outwards. but it still needs to be moved from point A to point B with an energy pylon. Basically like, you know, an energy relay, but on the big external side. So we'll just slap that down right there, and you can see there, this is going to start generating some lovely, lovely power. This building does not have an interior, so I can't actually put down an industrial socket in or anything, so I'm going to work under the assumption that, yeah, once the power is generated in this direction, that will be absolutely fine, and it should hopefully start working. In you go, my little slaves. You may now watch ads for the rest of time. And there we go. The building has now lit up. Spot on. So my slaves now just go and do some jobs, which is great. So I'm now generating 3 credits per second. So credits are now going up, meaning I can start unlocking more buildings in a hurry. Beautiful. Though, yeah, what we should also do is start surveying buildings, because you're allowed to survey a building even if you've not actually purchased the land. Whether we're really, you know, supposed to be doing that is questionable, but, you know, we're doing it anyway, so we can figure out whether something's worth grabbing or not. For 10, we'll grab that too, and we'll take the red artifact, because artifacts are rare and valuable. This one is... that's 20. It's quite expensive for not that much. That one's a bit better. That one's a bit better. That one's not bad at all. That's plenty of minerals. So, yeah, you know what? Grab that, tear it down, boom. So, problem the next. We have got ourselves, yeah, a huge pile of waste, and these mucky pup humans are going to keep making more of it. I mean, just look at this. Look at this trash over here that the humans are just leaving everywhere. Bloody humans, eh? We need to take care of this trash situation. How are we going to do that? By burning it. That's how. Thanks to all that money I'm now earning, I can unlock a smokestack immediately. So that's got an energy cost, and it also needs an employee to actually operate the thing, and it's going to generate pollution. Now you might be thinking, John, hang on, aren't you surrounded by clear evidence that people who came here previously acted in a short-termist and irresponsible way, leading to their death and destruction, and thus maybe you shouldn't do the same thing? Why, yes, we do just seem to be stuck in a cycle of needless short-term self-destruction, because... as I say, grimmest, most depressing game I've played all year. 10 out of 10. So, here's what we're going to try and do to at least somewhat mitigate the risks. Because, yeah, pollution is going to be a problem. You want to keep pollution away from your citizens, otherwise they'll get sick and maybe die, I don't know. So, this area over here, this is going to be my industrial sector. Because, yeah, there's space for isotope mines and mineral mines, and there's all sorts of stuff over here. So, all the polluting stuff can go in this side of the world, and we can try and vaguely, desperately stop people choking to death over on this side of the world. It's going to be great. And also, because screw the council, we're going to build our lovely, lovely smokestack right next to those losers. Here we go. The furthest away I can build is right here, because I've got a command range. I can only build and buy within this area. We can expand that over time, but this is as far as we can do for now. So, these ruins, they're a bit expensive, to be perfectly honest, but I mean we could go over here. That's a bit cheaper. Yeah, you know what? That'll flip and do. Survey that over there while we're just waiting for some more influence to come in. Oh my, 3 red artifacts. Now that's worth considering. Right flipping there. So as soon as we hit 20, which is going to be in just a second, right, claim that right now. And to begin extracting those, because yeah, now we've got all this money, we should be able to unlock council trading with a bit of this lovely, lovely cash. Good, good, good. So, here we flip and go. Thanks to the fact that we've now actually got council trading operational, we can begin doing various bits and pieces. So, we can donate stuff to them to get some influence if I need it in a hurry. Or alternatively, I can trade influence for stuff. So this just opens up the ability to trade one resource for another, which can be very, very useful indeed. And yeah, artifacts generate a lot of influence very quickly if we were to need that. Which sometimes you might do because, yeah, when a ship arrives, it only hangs around for 1 minute. Then it naffs off somewhere else to find, you know, somewhere else to put down its slaves or whatever. So being able to get influence in a hurry by just floating some artifacts, not a bad idea. Here we go, 1 smokestack. So, yeah, that might actually harm some unprotected citizens, but that's all absolutely a-okay. We're going to build it some distance away. But it needs power. It's going to need power to operate. If I wanted to get power to that cell, how would we do such a thing? Well, 2 ways. We could build ourselves more energy pylons, or we could upgrade an existing building. So 2 isotopes, now I've got 9. I can make this thing's range go up from 2 to 3. I think this makes a bit of sense here, because sooner or later we're going to need power for, say, mines over here. So you can be upgraded immediately. That's now going to become its next level up. This will then reach all the way out to here. So begin surveying this building. By the time we're done with the survey and the demolition, we should be ready to purchase the land, almost anyway. Honestly, that's not a terrible number of minerals, though we don't actually have the storage capacity for the minerals. Well, that's fine. I need to actually just get rid of some minerals just to clear out some stuff here. So drop some minerals over here. That's absolutely fine by, yeah, beginning to build this. Even though, right now, we don't have the, power to make it work. But we will. Alright, we flipping will. So, right now, we have got ourselves some energy pylons right over there. Lovely. The problem is, yeah, we really need to find a way to deal with all of this stuff just sitting around. Okay, what we shall do is storage facility. I am just floating so much money right now off just 3 people sitting there watching ads. So, how about we get ourselves a huge storage facility? And how about, hang on, does that need power, by the way? How are we doing on power? Energy cost of 2. So, an energy plant, that's going to need a giant pile of fuel. But a fuel turbine, that's going to generate a huge pile of fuel. So, how about we just get all of this sorted out? Let's get ourselves future-proofed here. Giant piles of fuel, giant piles of energy. Okay, 1 fuel turbine down over there into 1 energy plant right over here. I do not have the minerals for that, but that's fine. Give them a second, people will be gathering more. So, that's now being constructed, they're now being constructed. We need to actually wait for these people to pick this up. I could probably do with more employees. In fact, right now, I'm swimming in money because I've got citizens, but employees are getting a bit overworked because citizens are useless. So, it might be time to consider converting some of my citizens into employees. And this is where things get really nightmarish. Say hello to the Conversion Capsule. This converts citizens into low-wage employees who will gladly do your dirty work by literally putting them inside a capsule and modifying them so they don't actually need to eat or sleep or have free will anymore. And apparently they voluntarily choose to do this. I don't know whether we lied to them or whether what we're seeing is, a little bit not quite what's really happening and they're dragged in kicking and screaming. Or maybe their lives are just so depressing they would rather become robotic drones than continue suffering by standing there every day watching ads for things that they presumably have no way to buy for the rest of their lives. Like, that's just so depressing they would rather literally be converted into robots. But in either case, that's how you do. You convert 1 citizen into 1 employee. Though the most efficient way to do that would, actually be to have a dedicated conversion center. It does specifically say on the center, this is involuntary. So, okay, they are presumably dragged in kicking and screaming. Got it. Okay, fuel turbine is now online, generating large amounts of fuel. Good. In fact, we've got spare fuel right now. The energy plant doesn't need all of that, so we could actually have a second energy plant if we wanted to. That's feeding energy into this lovely pylon right here that is generating it all over the shop. And soon we'll be able to build a new pylon over here that can actually, once upgraded, pass it to over here, together with any other industry we want to build in this part of the world. Though we're also completely out of isotopes, so how about we just buy some isotope mining rights? Bit expensive, but we do need them. 1 person needs to go work over there. But the problem is, if 1 person's working in the energy plant, and, some other people are mining, and some people are mining over here too, we're pretty much out of employees. That's why we need to convert some people into employees. Oh, lovely. That is definitely not an evil-looking building as far as I'm concerned. That looks just fine. So, we have now got ourselves a conversion center, and now, in return for a red artifact, I can... I'm bribing them. Right. So I'm guessing these people are so desperate that they decided to come to Titan that if I give them a red artifact, which is a very valuable thing, then the money will be transferred back to their families on Earth. They will become unthinking robot drones, but their families will be taken care of. Okay, that makes sense. It's horrifying, but it makes sense. Now, there's 2 people right here. 2 people right here. That's not bad. So, how about what we do is we convert 1 person right away. So, please begin converting that individual and do it in the next 20 seconds if you'd be so kind. Would you believe he's not in a bloody hurry? He does not seem to be in a hurry to be converted by the looks of it. Sadly, I think that ship's going to get away, because right now I do not have the space to let it dock, and that person is still in the process of being converted. There we go, conversion complete. So we have now got ourselves 1 less citizen, 1 more employee, and the capacity for 3 more as well. So, okay, sooner or later, some of you folks are gonna start showing up here. Catch-22, I see. So right now what we've got is waste that's just sitting there, but it can't go anywhere because waste is already filled up. Okay. I've got a cunning plan for that. Just as an interim, slap down a little bit of, waste carrying things right here. We'll demolish these over time. So just put some waste away in there. That'd be great. Lovely. So start building all of that. And then start just, shoving waste into there. We need to get this waste out of the way, because ultimately, I don't want waste in here. I want waste to be stored over here by the smokestack. That's where waste should make its way. Okay, please convert my last citizen into a worker, please, because, for the next minute, I do actually have 4 people waiting to dock. Boom. 8 workers, no citizens. Welcome aboard, you stupid losers. Sold, in you come. Enjoy your new habitats, and I'm going to be honest, have we cleaned up from the last people? Yes, we have, because of all these new bins, so we have actually bothered to change the beds. Beautiful. Minerals get delivered, energy pylon gets built, and then, with 1 small upgrade, we can finally start burning this darn trash. Okay, time for that storage facility, and this would work very nicely as far as I'm concerned. So we'll have it facing this sort of a way. That's close by to where everything needs to be. So, storage facility is going to be, a good place to take minerals, because they're coming from over here, which is beautiful, and also trash can be stored there, because it's nice and close to the smokestack, meaning we can actually demolish all of the storage over in this part of the world. And there she is, boom. So she's got energy. She is absolutely fine. I could upgrade her to actually have, even more storage capacity, but that's fine for the time being. That's absolutely a-okay. So, now everything needs to be stored here, and that includes, waste. Waste should be stored there. That's absolutely lovely. In fact, you know what? To be honest, 150 isn't even that much. Let's get that upgraded immediately. Let's just get that done. The other thing I could do, of course, is, I could build 2 buildings next to each other. 2 identical buildings can be connected, making both of them more efficient. Though, to be honest, we probably just want to get rid of this at some point. That's 2 red artifacts. To be honest, that's not bad. Tear that down immediately. We could do with the space there. So, now we've got a storage facility right here. Absolutely lovely. And this thing should be used for basically everything. In fact, you know what? Go inside the headquarters, demolish all of the trash that's being stored here. We want to get rid of all of that. I can't demolish something that contains something. So, okay, that's absolutely fine. There are other ways we can take care of this. This smokestack should now start, yes indeed, getting rid of trash. It doesn't produce anything. We don't, get energy out of it. In fact, we actually need to, feed it energy to make it work. But, there are slight problems with, air quality, which is spiking a little bit, but it's not so bad. And, crucially, the pollution has not reached the main street. Oh, yes, it has. Yeah, there's definitely some dangerous air, because we're burning a lot of waste very quickly. But the dangerous air, as I say, we're just pumping that straight into the council chambers, because screw the council. Everything else is mostly a-okay. And waste storage is going down too. So, okay, this is good. This is good, this is good, this is good. As these things get emptied out, we may dismantle them. What I wouldn't mind, though, is, some more workers. And right now, the actual conversion center provides my worker cap or employee cap. So, if I upgrade that, then, a bit more energy. I've got more energy. That would get me an additional worker. Do it. Let's make it happen. Let's have a bigger, terrifying Doom building. Like, you know, if that's going to be the Doom building, where workers who don't behave are dragged kicking and screaming, and then nothing comes out but smiley-friendly work bots, then I want that building to be seen from everywhere. Because we've got to be sure no one ever forgets that building exists. Oh yeah, that's better. That's much better. Lovely. Also, as I may have forgotten to mention earlier, you're not actually alone on this rock. Yeah, you've probably noticed over on the right there, rebel camps left. Yes, somewhere out there you can start exploring the world by expanding your command. Because as I say, right now, I can only expand out to here. However, if I actually start building some military buildings like command centers, slap them down within your command region, that expands the command region. You can start going to try and find some rebels because they've got to be taken care of, because otherwise they'll just keep attacking you over and over again with progressively more difficult ships until the rest of time. So we could probably do with, you know, a nice defensive turret, yes. Okay, the protection radius for this thing is pretty wide, but I could make it wider by upgrading it. So, okay, is that a good spot? That's not a terrible spot. That would actually provide coverage for the smokestack together with all the buildings, while being a little bit out of the way so it doesn't, like, you know, mess up the aesthetics of Main Street. So it can be manned nice and fast. We'll slap it down right there. That is within the power grid, so that's absolutely a-okay. So yeah, guys, please get that built as fast as you can. We might want to upgrade that before problems arrive. Okay, that is now available. So at this point, yeah, tracking range and damage per shot is not changed, but it will allow me to protect more of the base. Yeah, you know what? I've got isotopes. Make it happen, please. So upgrade that to level 2, just to make sure we've got coverage for this pylon, because I don't know what angle they're coming from. They could be anywhere. Ah, slight problem though. Energy. Okay, didn't realise we had an energy problem, but apparently we shouldn't. Why have we got an energy problem? Ah, I see. There's only 3 spare energy in the grid, and you need 6. I'm guessing you can't just function at, say, half capacity. Okay, that's fine. We shall simply build 2 energy plants next to each other, so we can actually connect them, so both of them will be more efficient going forward. So yeah, drag over some minerals and isotopes. We've got the isotopes, we've got plenty of minerals. That shouldn't be a problem at all. So as soon as that's in play, that will be good. Ah, I think we might have a bit of a bug here, which is this particular positioning of the energy plant seems to have, yeah, if I just cancel this right now, yeah, that's all my employees who are getting bunched up out of position. They can't get into the storage facility with that there. Now, I'm not sure whether that's a bug or not, because I'm not sure whether there's supposed to be space for the doors or not, because people are able to get inside this thing. I thought people could just squeeze between buildings, but maybe they're not supposed to be able to. Possibly there needs to be space for them to actually, you know, move around. If so, thankfully, hasn't been an issue so far. So, okay, not sure if bug or not. Well, in which case, just upgrade this existing one in that case. Let's just make this one a little bit on the bigger side. That's all absolutely a-okay. We'll link another building to another building when the time is right. There we go, level 2 energy plant, producing much more power, very, very pretty indeed. And this gun is now super, super happy. Excellent. In fact, I think we all know what needs to be, you know, the massive linked building that can be seen from space. The Conversion Center, of course it is. This building may now be connected to its neighbour, meaning yes, while normally they would support 5+5 workers, connection gives me another bonus of +1. So connect those 2, and now we are going to have, oh, it's going to be beautiful. Oh, don't forget, by the way, we're about to be attacked, so keep a really close eye on which direction they're coming from, because that'll give me an idea as to where the camp is. I see them. Coming from down south. The hammer, 60 hit points. So, here's what we can do. For some money, I can cause my entire city to just, you know, nestle underground for a bit. And are you in range yet? Almost in range. What are you planning to attack? I think they're going for the pylon. Okay, please begin burrowing as soon as possible. And down they go. If you'd like to, you know, go and attack the council chamber, That's absolutely a-okay. Oh, you guys are going for my turret. Well, that's just bad luck for you. Oh, they're going for the actual headquarters. Well, that's not fun. Yeah, that's the one building is can't borrow. So, yeah, everything's a bit like supply depots in StarCraft 2. Luckily, this is fine, but I might want to put down, say, yeah, another spare turret somewhere nearby, just in case, ready for the future. And down they go. Right, so we may unburrow. Job flipping done. Everybody back to work, please. The time is now. The conversion center is ready to flipping go. Alright, and once we've got that done, I've also built over here a second storage facility. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Say hello to my beautiful free will elimination facility. Oh, look at that. Look, the flip at that. And, oh, hang on. You're saying you're not in power. Ah, this time the game is much, much happier about this energy plant being here. Possibly, yes, there was just a very temporary little bug with these guys not being able to get in and out. But they seem to be okay now. And connect up my storage facilities too. Good, 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 good. Though, to be honest, yes, we desperately need to have more red artifacts. Because I could have 6 more employees right now. Some people go out, start surveying, please. Figure out if anything nearby contains any lovely red artifacts. You know, something valuable enough that we could persuade people that what they really want to do with their lives is give up every last morsel of humanity they possess. That's the one. 3 red artifacts. Somebody go and take care of that, please. So, I've temporarily and slightly extended my command by just upgrading my headquarters, but that's not gonna do forever. We need to actually get the military buildings down because, yeah, the next big step I think we need is to extend into this sort of a direction. Specifically, to lock down these 2 nodes. Okay, so, one new command center right out here in the middle of nowhere. Right at the extent of my command center range. Shouldn't be too difficult to build. We've got ourselves... Oh, hang on. Do we not have enough fuel right now? And... I would have thought we'd have enough. No, we need a bit more because there's still that one basic thing over here. Okay, upgrade this to produce 5 more fuel. And then, okay, while it's being upgraded, there's nothing happening at all. Okay, the entire colony has just sort of given up for a second. But that's fine. It's already almost done. And as soon as that is done, we will have fuel for days. These plants will turn back on. And, more importantly, we can connect these plants into a spectacular mega plant. I don't even know what that's going to look like, but oh. And there's just going to be a 3rd one in the middle. Okay, fair enough. That's still pretty cool. Okay, with power now restored... Oh my, that's... Okay, that looks pretty cool. I've just got to give this game props. It's gorgeous. I love the visual and art style. I love the upgraded buildings. Looking so damn cool. That's just really, really damn nice. So, this little building up here is doing some good work. But with an upgrade... Yeah, we might be able to push a little bit further. We should have plenty of power in the tank for now. Yeah, load spare. Also, there's another enemy attack in 9 minutes. So, okay, how about one more defensive turret that's going to protect, yeah, actually the headquarters once again. Okay, turret comes online and Command Center 3 is online. So we now have the right to claim all of this up here. Loads of level 3 ruins. Very, very nice indeed. And the mining nodes are ready to go. Ah, now here's some good news. So these things can actually connect to nodes without being literally right on top of them. So this is good. That means I can have them set back a bit from, you know, the nice bit of town where we don't want the pollution. Here's some good spots, because yeah, spots cost a different amount to claim. So just north of this area, claim that, then dismantle these rocks. That'll take no time at all. Same thing. So I'm buying this cheap land, but from here, I can mine this. From here, I can mine this. Good. That will work very nicely. So materials generated here then needs to be carried over to storage facility. It's a bit of a way, but it's not so bad. Oh, as it turns out, today, there's several of them. Okay, more than one. Yeah, should have suspected it would get more difficult over time. Please, force all buildings underground. That one seems actually a lot less scary. Okay, good. I think possibly those were not as bad because there were 2 of them. Okay, not so bad. You may now all unburrow. Though, yeah, linked building, that's the downside. They are way more powerful, but they cannot burrow. How much is it going to cost us to repair all this nonsense, by the way? You know what? I don't care. I've got plenty of money. Please fix up the buildings. Okay, just out of interest, how is pollution looking right now? Okay, not great, but not terrible either. The problem we've got here is, yeah, the actual storage capacity is really low. And if storage fills up, then this thing can't do anything for the time being. So, yeah, right now it is at 1, then it goes up to 2. And yeah, we just need people to be collecting this stuff. Yeah, right now you're actually at 5. Then someone comes and grabs it and takes it away to the storage building. So, okay, it seems to be under control for now, just about. And that was important because, yeah, those resources on the surface, those are finite. Once those are used, they're used for goods. Ah, but here's nice. I will have 4 new people, please. Send them in, send them in, send them in. Because they will generate money. Not that I really need money, but whatever. Okay, so now I have got myself an automated mining system. At this point, we will just start slowly producing minerals forever. And we have got some defenses set up. So I'd say it's time to go hunting. There are rebel camps out there. I know at least one of the 3 is to the south. So it's time to figure out where precisely. Okay, right now we got ourselves a little bit of energy, but we're going to be needing more to expand. How much fuel do we have spare? Honestly, not much. If I upgrade this, how much more fuel do you need? You would need 4 more fuel. This upgrade will only give you... yeah, right now you've got 3. Okay, 1 upgrade for you in that case, and 1 upgrade for you at the same time. We need more energy. This, by the way, is why you might wish to build, you know, a handful of batteries. So that, you know, you've got some spare power just to tide you over while you're doing upgrades to key infrastructure. Might want to build some of those, actually. Probably not a bad idea. I'm going to put that right here next to the power plant. That seems like a very good idea. Also, loving that level 3 connected power plant. That's just gorgeous. Sadly, it looks like you can only connect 2 things together. You can't just keep connecting more and more and more forever until you actually just have the biggest, most glorious power plant in the world. As nice as that would be. So now I can generate power all the way down to here, which is good. And I think we can't upgrade. No, level 3 is the max. So I'm going to buy this random bit of land, then I'm just going to dismantle the rocks on it. Someone's going to go and take care of that. And as soon as they do that, I'm going to build a command center. We're just going to start expanding south in this direction. And as it turns out, my industry is most definitely causing trouble. Especially around the gas plant. But civilians have no reason to go in that direction, so that's fine. Though I am now curious, yeah, as I've got all these level 3 ruins inside my command region, somebody just go and scan all of them. I'm curious what's in them. Okay, command radius starting to expand down south. But, yeah, with a few upgrades, we can go a lot further. Then again, is it even worth it? That's like 4 and 4 again for, yeah, basically doubling the energy requirement. If I just were to build another command center, that's only 2. I'm probably best just, yeah, hop, skipping and jumping down with basic command centers, to be honest. Though the problem's going to be getting power down into that part of the world. Yeah, I can see how that's going to be an issue. Oh, here's the one. Plenty of these are very disappointing at the front here. No artifacts, just a whole bunch of trash. But there's some good ones around the back here. Yeah, claim both of them. Extract those artifacts, please. Love it. Okay, so the big buildings, some of them can be excellent. So take all of this, please. Knock it all down. And I tell you what, how about down in this new south expansion, we put down some residential buildings so we can have more people in town generating more money and being converted more quickly. This is good in terms of pollution. There's some very light pollution, but it doesn't matter because residential buildings give you a very small amount of resistance to pollution. And that's all you've got, a very small amount, so that's okay. Okay, employees are actually free, so I can have as many as I can actually maintain, but I do need more. So upgrade the Doom Center to its final form, please. Lovely. Oh, look at it. It's beautiful. And now I've got an extra 3 slots available. So, yep, and more yep, please. Lovely. There we go. Please begin converting these people into whatever employees are. Okay, time has passed and I've been expanding down to the south just by leapfrogging with upgraded pylons and basic command centers. trying to track down these rebel camps. So I know an attack's coming in. I know there's 3 of them, and this is the 3rd attack, so logically there might just be 3 ships. So, yeah, I've built myself a new defensive turret down here, just to protect this infrastructure. I think all of that can go underground, and we've now got, yeah, 2 level 2 turrets protecting the main area. So, keep a really close eye on where the ships are coming from when the attack begins, because we need to track down at least one of these bastards. Here we go. I see one ship coming in, the CS Unity, 72 hit points. It is on the minimap. So, there is one camp somewhere over here, and my turret has begun opening fire immediately. This turret should be able to open fire very, very soon indeed, depending on what you're attacking. There's another one coming in over here. That's the Dog of Hope, 90 hit points. Is anything coming from the south at all? Not as I can see, but I have my turrets in a good position here. This one's going to be knocked down pretty fast. Yeah, the energy plant cannot burrow, for the simple reason that, yeah, it has been joined together. But repairs only cost money. Money is not in short supply. We are good. Number 1 goes down, and now, yes, indeed, you're helping out with number 2 as well. So focus fire on the Dog of Hope. It's losing some health, but we might be about to lose 1 turret. Tragically, yeah, it looks like they're actually going to be able to kill one of my turrets. Sadly, it has gone down. Don't know whether that's fully destroyed or if it can still be repaired. But now you're going for my... Excuse me! You leave my command center alone, mate. And when I say that, are you still in range? Yes, you are still in range. Good. Good, good, good. I'm very glad you're a level 2. And down the last one goes. Alright, excellent. And yet, that turret has been 100% destroyed. I need to rebuild it from the ground up. The problem we've got here is, yeah, at this point, and by the way, you need to be manned too. Yeah, the problem we've got is now carrying supplies, and please repair everything, by the way. Yeah, the problem that we've got, I said repair all, that's fine, just get on with it. Carrying supplies down south is time-consuming. What I really need is a new type of mining hub down over in this direction that can actually, yeah, bring supplies to a local supply depot to allow us to continue expanding, because simply carrying supplies is now a hugely time-consuming process. Oh, hello, sexy. We found ya. Right, okay, so all we need to do is basically, yes, extend our command range, and that camp will belong to us. Now, I think I can do that just by upgrading you, my little friend. At least I really hope so, because otherwise, yeah, we can't cross water. So this is going to be tricky otherwise. Just begin expanding. Carry some isotopes over there. Yeah, I'm actually looking to build a small storage and mining depot down this side of the world to help out with this. Oh, here we go. So, I now have the right to buy this slum off the rebels. And because it's been bought, I just now own the damn thing. Can I buy that, by the way? Not quite in range, and also, hang on, the power infrastructure just completely gave up. Does anyone know why the power infrastructure just gave up? I think it's fine, actually. I think we're okay. Just a small upgrade to the power plant, temporarily dug into the batteries there, not a problem. But yes, now we can start buying this, and Rebel Headquarters. Screw you, you stupid rebel bastards. I'll be having all of this. Can I actually reach all of this? I can reach most of it. Not quite that, though. But I do now have your headquarters. So I feel like in many ways, without headquarters, yep, officially the game says rebel camps left 2. With the headquarters taken care of, that now belongs to me. Screw the lot of you. I mean, in some ways I would have preferred a massive ship fight. But then again, in this game, it feels deeply appropriate that, you know, the way you defeat rebels is by just buying them out with money that you've got through scavenging. And even better, I've now got mining set up down south. So yeah, this mine's now going to feed into this storage facility, which means, yeah, this mine for this here gas vent is actually going to be, yeah, produced a lot faster, because now there's going to be minerals stored over here, so people don't have to run all the way back over here to this storage facility to build down south. Much better. So you set the target, yes, the gas, no please. One person's going to work there. So now we have got ourselves gas and minerals down south, which is good, because we know where the next enemy camp is. Somebody came from over the water. Logically, they're over here somewhere, so we're going to want to, yeah, use all of this infrastructure to start expanding in this direction. To buy them out, shall we say. Actually, not really, shall we say. It's not really a euphemism. We're literally just going to go and buy their headquarters, and apparently that's good enough. They'll just leave. Right, and now we can be pretty confident we know where the enemy are going to be coming from. From over here, or from over here. So I've upgraded all of these to level 3 already. These are as good as turrets can be. But as we know their likely point of origin, yeah, a third turret covering both of the existing ones wouldn't say no. Okay, attack begins momentarily, but turret is almost at level 2. That should be a-okay. We know where they're going to be coming from, so just prepare to hit that burrow button. It's a bit expensive, but money is basically meaningless, so that's a-okay. Yeah, please begin burrowing. All unconnected buildings, hide underground, triple turrets over here, 1 turret down south. If they come down south, that could be trouble. And in they come. Okay, so, open fire, and oh dear, they are trying to go down south. That's a bit of a problem, actually. Okay, are you guys in range of... you're going to be in range. That's only 36. You're already in a lot of trouble, my friend. You're in a lot of trouble. In fact, actually, this is looking very positive. You're going to do a tiny bit of damage, but my upgraded turrets are tearing you apart. Yeah, screw you, Nomad Alliance. No, don't let him take it. Don't let him take it. Get one final shot off before he finishes you off, please. Come on. One final round, and boom. Well done. Didn't lose a single turret. Buildings emerge. Job done. So yeah, with them taken care of, we've now got some free time to start expanding. But I would say, ladies and gentlemen, I think you get the point. And I do mean that very literally, because this is an early access game. This is, as far as I can see, pretty much all there is. So I've unlocked, like, literally all of the buildings. I've built absolutely all of them, with the exception of, yeah, fuel silo and council monument just means you gain the council points more quickly. But honestly, I'm floating the actual cap of that right now because I've got nothing to spend it on. So, yeah, didn't really need that. And that's pretty much all we've got for the time being. And, okay, I'm going to start by saying there's a huge amount I like here. I think this game is gorgeous. I love its pessimistic dystopian tone. There's a lot of cute touches. I love, like, connecting buildings and upgrading connecting buildings and making them big and shiny. It's a solid foundation, but I can't help but feel that this is an example of a game that has entered early access just a bit too early. Because the game does give you a roadmap on the start screen. Now, say, things that are coming soon feel like, you know, pretty essential bits and pieces. Roads and trucks. Yeah, I was having a lot of trouble with people very slowly carrying things around, bit by bit. There's mention of conveyor belts in the game. That'd be good. Conveyor belts would be very, very useful indeed. And, most importantly, Combat 2.0. Now, this is what drew me to the game in the first place, because in the finished game, you'll be able to build a ship, and a ship is effectively like a building where you can Tetris things around, but in the case of a ship, you are literally Tetrising like shields and weapons and generators. So you're actually going to be engaged in FTL-style ship-to-ship combat, but where you built and laid out the ship yourself. Now that sounds amazing. That 100% I want. And yeah, population being a bit more interesting because citizens were a bit boring for the most part. That'd be good too. And then there's 10 million things they want to add in, like fires and liquids and food and farm and hunger and leisure and health and tech and reputation and 10 million things. Now, I'm going to be honest, if that's where you want the game to be when it's done, it does feel to me like at least some of those things really should have been in this version before it came out. It's a solid foundation. I had a nice time with it. If you're super into your city builders, you might want to get in on this one early because it's a damn good solid foundation. But for most people, I feel like this early access is just a bit too early, and that's a shame because I feel like this is going to be something very, very special indeed given some time, and I am worried that some people, if they pick it up now, might end up being a bit disappointed and might not come back to it later when it's had time to shape itself up. So we'll leave this for now, ladies and gentlemen, but watch this space. We will revisit this when it's a little bit further down the roadmap, especially Combat 2.0 with ship construction and ship-to-ship combat. That 100% is what this game is going to be needing. But for the time being, as I say, we'll leave it be. It's a promising start, could do with a little bit longer in the oven to my mind. But once it's had that time, we will be back to sample the goodies. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been the really rather promising Industries of Titan. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Jebediah Kerman has not exploded.
Oh, no.
Oh shit. Why did that happen? 5, 4, 3. Oh, I forgot to turn the thrust on. 5, 4. Is everything else? How is everything? Up to that point, that was going better than anyone expected.